Indirect materials. You might not think about them much, but they play a crucial role in the day-to-day operations of any business. They're the unsung heroes of the production process, quietly supporting everything behind the scenes. While we often focus on direct materials, the raw ingredients that go into making a product, indirect materials are just as important, if not more so, in ensuring that operations run smoothly. So, let's dive into the world of indirect materials and explore their significance, management strategies, and how they can impact a company's bottom line. First off, what exactly are indirect materials? Simply put, these are items that aren't directly involved in the production of a product, but are necessary for the overall functioning of a business. Think office supplies like pens, paper, and printer ink, maintenance tools like wrenches and screwdrivers, or cleaning supplies that keep the workspace safe and hygienic. All these materials support business activities, and while they may not seem significant at first glance, they can represent a substantial portion of a company's spending. Now, you might wonder why indirect materials matter so much. Well, effective management of these materials is crucial for maintaining profitability and competitiveness in today's fast-paced business environment. Poor management can lead to waste, increased costs, and even disruptions in production. Just imagine a manufacturing plant running out of essential cleaning supplies or tools. Production would come to a halt, resulting in lost revenue and unhappy customers. By managing indirect materials effectively, businesses can optimize their procurement processes, reduce costs, and improve overall operational efficiency. When it comes to accounting for indirect materials, things can get a bit tricky. These costs are typically classified as overhead manufacturing costs and are included in the indirect cost pool. They're usually expensed in the period they're used, rather than capitalized as assets. This means that companies need to be diligent in tracking and allocating these costs to understand their actual production expenses. Accurate accounting is vital for budgeting and decision-making, enabling businesses to identify potential cost savings and optimization opportunities. So, how can companies manage their indirect materials effectively? Here are some strategies that can make a significant difference. First, conducting a thorough inventory assessment is essential. This helps businesses determine what materials they have on hand, how often they need replenishment, and avoid costly stockouts or overstocking. Next, optimizing procurement processes is crucial. By working with preferred vendors and implementing electronic procurement systems, companies can streamline ordering and delivery processes, ultimately saving time and money. Establishing clear policies and procedures for indirect material usage is another key strategy. By setting guidelines for ordering, delivery, and disposal, businesses can maintain consistency and prevent waste. Monitoring usage and consumption is equally important. By tracking data on how materials are used, companies can identify areas of waste and take corrective action. Technology can also be a game changer in managing indirect materials. Inventory management software can help businesses track levels and automate reordering processes, while data analytics tools provide insights into usage trends. Additionally, implementing a system for disposal and recycling can help reduce waste and lower environmental impact. Training employees on the proper usage and handling of indirect materials is essential as well. Ensuring that everyone knows how to use materials safely and efficiently can significantly reduce waste and prevent accidents. Lastly, companies should continuously evaluate and optimize their management processes to identify areas for improvement and maintain peak efficiency. Now let's take a moment to differentiate between direct and indirect materials. Direct materials are the primary ingredients used in the production of a final product. Think metal for a car or flour for a cake. Indirect materials, on the other hand, support the production process without being part of the final product itself. Understanding this distinction is vital for effective cost management and accurate accounting. So, how do indirect materials impact a company's bottom line? For starters, the costs associated with these materials can add up quickly. Companies that fail to manage these expenses can find themselves spending significant amounts on supplies that don't directly contribute to revenue. Additionally, effective management can lead to waste reduction. For example, a company with too many cleaning supplies might find that some items expire before they're used. By streamlining inventory, businesses can avoid this waste and save money. Moreover, indirect materials can cause production delays if not managed properly. If a company runs out of essential maintenance supplies, it may have to halt production until those materials are available, resulting in lost revenue. Maintenance costs are also a factor. Neglecting to use the right indirect materials can lead to equipment damage and costly repairs. And let's not forget about employee satisfaction. Providing employees with the necessary tools and materials can lead to a more productive and engaged workforce. If they have what they need to do their jobs effectively, they're likely to feel more satisfied and motivated. Now, let's consider some common examples of indirect materials across various industries. In manufacturing, you'll find tools, lubricants, and cleaning supplies. The construction industry relies on safety equipment, hand tools, and office supplies for project management. In healthcare, medical supplies, cleaning agents, and administrative materials are essential. The hospitality industry uses linens, cleaning products, and reservation software, while retail relies on shelving, display cases, and point-of-sale systems. Who manages all these indirect materials? It's a team effort. The procurement department is responsible for sourcing and purchasing necessary supplies, while the operations department oversees inventory levels and ensures that materials are available when needed. Facilities management takes care of maintaining the physical infrastructure, and the accounting department tracks costs associated with indirect materials. The IT department plays a crucial role in managing technology-related materials, ensuring that everything runs smoothly. However, managing indirect materials isn't without its challenges. Companies often face a lack of visibility into inventory levels, high costs, and the complexity of managing diverse materials. To overcome these challenges, businesses can implement inventory management systems, negotiate better prices with suppliers, and classify materials based on usage and importance. Moreover, businesses can reduce indirect material costs without sacrificing quality. Evaluating supplier relationships, implementing cost-tracking systems, and consolidating purchasing can all help save money. Process improvements and exploring alternative materials can also lead to cost reductions without compromising quality. Now, let's address a common question. Can indirect materials include raw materials? Yes, in some cases, they can. While raw materials are typically the primary ingredients used in production, certain raw materials may not be directly incorporated into the final product and can be considered indirect materials. For example, safety gear used by workers in a manufacturing facility is essential for production, but not part of the product itself. Another question that often arises is whether indirect materials are fixed or variable. The answer is that they can be both, depending on the circumstances. Fixed indirect materials have costs that remain constant regardless of production levels, while variable indirect materials change based on production needs. Understanding these distinctions can help businesses make informed decisions about resource management. To wrap things up, let's review some best practices for managing and optimizing indirect materials in manufacturing. Implementing an inventory management system, standardizing processes, conducting regular audits, developing relationships with suppliers, and training employees are all vital steps. By adopting these practices, businesses can reduce costs, improve productivity, and maintain a competitive edge. Finally, let's not overlook the risks associated with using low-quality or substandard indirect materials. Reduced product quality, increased waste, equipment damage, safety risks, regulatory compliance issues, and supply chain disruptions are just a few potential consequences. On the flip side, using technology to manage indirect materials can bring numerous benefits, including increased efficiency, improved inventory control, better data analysis, enhanced supplier management, and greater scalability. When selecting a supplier for indirect materials, companies should consider factors like quality, reliability, price, service, sustainability, innovation, compatibility, and risk management. The right supplier can make all the difference in optimizing operations and achieving business goals. In conclusion, indirect materials may not be the stars of the show, but they are essential for keeping businesses running smoothly. By understanding their importance and implementing effective management strategies, companies can optimize their operations and ultimately improve their bottom line. So the next time you think about materials in business, don't forget the indirect ones, because they truly matter.